Papa, now you love me so, and you know my name. I give you glory. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. You know my name, oh daddy, yeah. You know me, you know my name. I can see your hand in my life. Lord, I see your love upon me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the view. I dey hear your voice in my heart. Lord, I feel your love over me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the below. Abba Father, you know my name. Papa, you know me. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yeah, yeah. Jesus, your love, now oh. My master, your kindness, now wonder oh. Every time I look around, now you are the sea. Every time I turn around, now you are the view. Jesus, you said I be a picking, no. Jesus, you said your love go cover me. Every time I look around, now you are the sea. Every time I look around, now you are the pillow. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, yeah. You know me, you know my name. Papa, you know my name, oh. Yeah. You know me, you know my name. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yeah, yeah. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name.
Thank you very much, Reverend Sama, for always being around and always coming in to make sure that we pick off. Exactly 4 minutes past the hour of 5 p.m. in Amba. And today is another day. I want to thank God very specially for the weekend and for another week that He has brought us in. Today is Monday, the 25th of July 2022, and we are here to bring to you our history, our Amba history. And I want to let you know that our brother and friend, Mr. Jotanga, will be joining me very, very soon so that we can go ahead with our Amba history. And you who is out there, don't miss this opportunity today. Remember, in our Amba history today, we will be actually talking on current events that are turning into history. We have told you enough about the 1950s and the 1960s, bearing in mind that some of you who did not know it, you don't know it. And today, we are seeing that those updates have helped a number of Amazonians who actually want to learn and to know something about their history. And those of them, or those of you who have been willing you don't know where we are coming from, that we went back to the Fonchas and to the Endeles and to the Gumjuas. And because of that, we are now pushing on, making the agenda to come to pass. And when you listen to that, I would like you to listen to a reminder. After we have told you about this history, we want to let you listen to a reminder, and it says, "When I remember." And we have always in our history brought in these two artists, these two ministers, to put in the minds of the average Amazonian what they should know. And so, sister, it is your turn to come into the studios right now and then tell the Amazonians to remember. Yes, sometimes when you don't remember a situation, you fall victim to that situation the second time. But we will not allow you to go in that way. So get ready and please do try to remember. Sister, come in.
And declare, hallelujah.
me. When I remember, hallelujah. When I remember that Jesus died for me. When I remember, oh yeah. When I remember the goodness of the Lord. When I remember, hallelujah. When I remember the goodness of the Lord. When I remember, oh yeah. When I remember the goodness of the Lord. When I remember, hallelujah. When I remember the goodness of the Lord. When I remember, when I remember that Jesus set me free. When I remember, hallelujah. When I remember that Jesus set me free. When I remember, oh yeah. When I remember the goodness of the Lord. When I remember, hallelujah. When I remember the goodness of the Lord. When I remember, oh yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that very powerful song of remembrance to remind the Ambazonian people that Jesus died for the Ambazonian people. Remember, I told you that we will be telling you current events, and in these current events, we will be actually talking about some of the things that have made history. Some of the things are very common and well known over there in the social media, but some of the things are not known. They are hidden. And we want all the Ambazonian people to know that this resistance war, this genocide, is not a war per se. It is an invasion where somebody comes to invade your house or take over your property. And because of this, it becomes a resistant kind of a fight. And all narratives that La Republique has planned to make it become a civil war, or to make it become, a civil war, has failed. And all narratives and plans and programs that La Republique has put in place, especially using our own to discredit where we are standing, has failed. And with all this failure, La Republique is not giving up. Oh yes, they are not giving up. They still have a plan, a modus operandi, what we call their method of operation. And that method of operation, they have brought it out, they have tried to implement it, and they have discovered that, hey, we are dealing with a people that do not take a no for an answer. And knowing that we do not take a no for an answer, a lot of things have been devised, and people are waiting. Well, 3 days lockdown by the federal government of Ambazonia regarding Macron's visit to his puppet country, La République du Cameroon, kicked off in Ambazonia today. And from reports, we are hearing that it has been and it is very effective. Meanwhile, we wait and look at Reverend Sama give us, well, let me see. Reverend Sama is not there. Let's get this person, this sister. You say you want to, I thought that Reverend Sama came before you, but now that you want to go ahead, okay, go ahead. Just give us.
Before you go to bed tonight, drink a glass of this and surprise your doctor on your next eye exam.
Thank you very much, sister, for taking us through when I remember. Yes, and when you remember, you need to come up and tell us that you have remembered. So, yes, as I was telling you, Amazonia is in a situation where everybody's eyes are open and they are ready to hear the developments. Yes, the developments of what is going on, especially now in our Amba history. Well, we have a lot of old history, but we decided that we will jump into current events so that these current events will uplift and bring the Amazonian person closer to the reality of what we are facing so that you can make up your mind and know where to stand. A lot of people have been complaining and a lot of people have been making a lot of noises, and those that are opportunists are sitting on one extreme end saying that they don't know what to do. That's not true. Nobody can afford to be indifferent in a situation like which we are in right now. Yes, our battle is a battle that you must take a decision to either belong or to completely, stay aloof. And I know that there are a number of people in Amazonia who are waiting for others to fight. If they fight and survive, they will show up. If they fight and they are all gone, they will remain in their hiding places and they will shout hooray. But the brave, the Amazonian brave people who have decided to set the Amazonian people free, they have taken it upon themselves and they are going ahead. And I tell you, it is going to happen. Yes, it is going to happen. And it is already happening as we hear what is presently going on. A few days ago, the President of the Federal Republic of Amazonia announced the lockdown of the entire nation of Amazonia as touching the visit of the Simi Grand Master of La République du Cameroon in the person of Macron. And today, the business and the Simi start of the visit takes off today. Now, looking and listening to so many social media outlets, you will hear a lot of stories that are being told. But what I want to let Amazonians know is that this is not a strange visit. We have seen it happen in so many other African countries where a visit of this nature has left calamities in that nation. And it appears Africans don't want to learn. Well, we want to let you know that such a visit in La Republique definitely will leave calamities. And mark my words today and keep them handy, because when it happens, you will let us know that we told you. And this is not a kind of threat, neither is it just empty words. We are saying this out of experience because it has happened not only one time, it has happened several times. where a number of people and have seen and have heard of what is presently going on and have witnessed it in different counties and in different countries, the calamity that befell them after such a visit. Am I a prophet of doom? No. Am I saying that is what is going to happen in La Republic of Cameroon? Of course, no. But I'm saying that as a historian, history is always repeating itself. And when history does, the situation is very devastating. There are some certain things I have learned in history that when we read them, since if we are not the makers of that particular history, when we read these particular things in history, we should go to a higher power to intervene for us. Or if the situation is that which cannot be intervened by a higher power, of which there is no situation that a higher power cannot intervene, then the next thing is to take a lot of precaution, because what is happening must surely happen. Now, very soon I'll be receiving into the studios our resource person, of which some of you already know him. He will be joining me not too long from now to share in what I am just telling you now. The visit of this colonial taskmaster, colonial tyrant of all the French-speaking African countries is very, very significant. Not for Ambazonia, but I want to let you know that the Ambazonia will actually have a taste of the pinch of this visit, because he is visiting a neighbor to Ambazonia, of which over the years they thought that they had gotten captive of us. But as history goes, everything that comes round goes round. And as history goes, the Ambazonian people in this 21st century have reason to say that enough is enough. And as the international community and other people, even their own historians, to whom some of these things were hidden, have come out now very openly to declare that Ambazonia does not belong and does not make up part of La République du Cameroon. They have said it, and they have saying it very loudly. Formerly, we thought that it was just marginalization. Then its hegemony kind of regime, the president, the rock president of La République du Cameroon declared in France that they were attempting and trying to assimilate us so that we should not exist. And when they discovered that we were giving birth and the DNA of our land, and what God had put in our land was being transmitted to us verbally, after they had even taken away all the historical facts in the physical, they discovered that the DNA of our origin and our existence and our culture and our priorities was still embedded in many of us. And when they tried to eliminate that, they picked up a few Ambazonians whose conscience could be bought immediately, either spiritually or physically, like it has been proven. Many of them are called and given some doorkeeping positions or security guard positions while the masters are in the house feasting. Some of them are guiding outside, and mostly people from Ambazonian origin. I just heard somebody mentioned that the post of a prime minister, which is supposed to be the second in every country in La République Cameroon, because the prime minister is somebody from the Ambazonian origin, his position is number 7. And that's to tell you how relegation and how they have relegated us to the background. put us right there at the last cocoa, for us just to be like their doorkeepers. And this has been a situation that many people have talked about it, sung about it, said so many things about it, and we didn't want to understand. But in this year of technology and in this year of knowledge, a number of people have stood up to say, no more. We can't take it no more. We can't take it no more. And because they say they cannot take it no more, of course, we have seen exactly what is happening. La Republique has gotten up with its high level machinery to kill the innocent, not even the ones that are resisting them, but the innocent. And everybody, both in La Republique and out of La Republique, has told them that they will never in any way win this battle by the fight that they are fighting. And because they cannot win this battle by that fight that they are fighting, we have discovered that sincerely this rogue regime has continued its killing spree and trying to deceive the international community. Once in a while, they will come up with lies and tell the people, oh, we are going now for a rebuild. And they discover that from external, they can't do anything. Now they are using real methods. Ambazonians, listen, especially those of you in the savannah zone. It has come to me, and I want to remind you that the long-standing fight between the grazers and the people of the some counties, especially in the Minchim County of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia in the Savannah Zone, have had a lot of fights with the grazers, the Fulanis, the Bororo, the Hausa people. And La Republique, looking at the weak points of our coexistence, they have now devised a means to make sure that the elimination and the fighting goes on in our houses. Hey, people of Minchim, you better arise. The Boro people with whom we have been coexisting for years and years and years. Some of these people who are behind the cows, I'm not insulting any of them, but most of them are like an elephant that does not forgive and does not forget. And La Republique has discovered that by putting us at knockerhead, we will destroy ourselves. So I want to tell the Bororo and the cattle dealers in the whole of Minchim County and Dungar Mountain and Boyo that La Republique has devised a means to destroy you. So you better sit up and make sure that you have collateral talks with yourselves, or else you will be dying. And it's all orchestrated by La Republique. I heard, which is now going around social media, and I've conferred with my people of the defense team in Ambazonia, in the in Minchim County, that 4 cattle railers in the family of the Moro people were killed in Minchim, in whom particularly in the place called Station, which is occupied by La Republique forces. And the killing of these people, they now purported to say that it is the Amba boys, our ARS who have killed the people. Of course, we all know the tricks and the lies of La Republique du Cameroon. I want to tell everybody in the diaspora and at the home front that killing was done by the La Republique military in order to set the population, most of the Boro people, against the population of the Ambazonian people. And we know this trick. And you know that the SDO, the colonial SDO of that place, is a Muslim. Now they have removed Valerie, the general of destruction, and they have brought a Boro person and put him over there in Ambazonia, especially in the northern zone. Why? because they want to fuel the fire. So we should be wise enough and get ready to get into a dialogue than to allow these demons, these evil spirits, to cause the destruction. After killing the 4 people, I've been reliably told, because I'm from that county, that 10 innocent people have been murdered by these Borolo people because they are outraged. And that is their method. Slaughtering human beings to them like slaughtering cows is not it's not difficult. And all this is planned from La Republique with the complicity of the beggars, call them elites, who have been given some bread and butter to eat, and they now want other people to be killed. Well, we should be very wise and get up and defend yourselves and make sure you get into a dialogue. I want to call all the elites of Minchim who are really, really Ambazonians. I'm not talking about those stooges. I'm not talking about those who are begging, those beggars. I'm not talking about those who have joined in the secret society with the people of Nyamav. We call them Nyamav, who are terribly hungry now because the doors are being closed. So, elites of Minchim, please arise and do something to make sure that you dialogue amongst yourself. We have been living for more than 100 years. Why will these criminals come in now and then cause this terrible destruction? And we accept. Yes, it is true that we have always been having. It is true that we have always been having a conflict. But whenever these conflicts arise, some of the colonial DOs imposed on us by La République du Cameroon, who are bribe eaters and people who pervert the truth. I don't want anything that is truth to prosper, have been, eating in between us, because bribery and corruption, embezzlement is the talk of the day. They are not satisfied with their salary. They are not even satisfied with their positions. And that's what I've discovered. Well, this is also touching the entire society of an average African who are not always satisfied with their position. The president of the country, now this involves the whole world, the president of the country will want to be the president of a continent. Even if he's made the president of the continent, he wants to be the president of the whole world. And if he's made the president of the whole world, he wants to be an assistant God, because they are not satisfied and never being satisfied. Even if he or she is made an assistant God here on earth, he will not be satisfied. He wants to take the position of God. That is how insatiable human beings are. And at the end of the day, all these human beings, they die. And when they die, they leave all the property. I've heard and I've seen people fight and kill themselves because of land. They are fighting over the land. A land that before they came, the land was there. And before they came, some people have left the land. Now, I'm just receiving right now here from my defense chief the images of some of the people that have been murdered in in Ambazonia, especially in the Minchum County. Now, I've not taken permission from my bosses, so I'll not be able to put up the images here on our ABC TV. But you can go into the social media and you see the images there. 4 Fulanis that were kidnapped overnight. La République military B slaughtered them and then threw them out there for people to think that, just to cause confusion between our civil society, that it was killed by the ARFs. The Ambassador Restoration forces kill these people for what? So it is a lie. And we all know the lies and the tricks of La République to make us fight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, My resource person is in the house, and as I told you, we are here to talk about current events that are making history. Before I bring him in, I just want you to remember. Remember, we have been talking on remember. Listen to this.
Rejoice and be glad. Hallelujah.
Thank you very much, sister. We will definitely remember, and we will remember what the Lord has done for us. And with that note, I want to say, Mr. Jotanga, welcome to the ABC Amba TV program on our history. And it is now, the microphone is over to you to greet the people of Ambazonia before we get into current events that are actually making history. Over to you. Hello, Mr. Jotanga, can you hear me? Oh, I think there is a problem there. You are frozen. You can just go out and come back in so that we can continue. All right, I'm waiting for you. Just sign out and come back in. Okay, sister, let's get Reverend Sama, who will tell us the Abba Father knows you are
I
living.
give you glory. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. You know my name more than the I can see your hand in my life. Lord, I see your love upon me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the view. I dey hear your voice in my heart. Lord, I feel your love over me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the pillow. Abba Father, you know my name. Papa, you know me. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele, 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 yelele.
Yeah, Reverend Sama, thank you very much. You are always available whenever we need you to come in and remind us that, you know, uh, he knows your name. And I'm sure he knows your name. Well, we are having a little, we are here back on the air again with my resource person, Mr. Jotanga. Yes, sir. Welcome to the studios of ABC Amba TV as we continue to look into the current events that are turning into history. Over to you to greet the people, and then we take off from there.
As usual, I am very happy to be here with you today. So, as we agreed, we are going to talk a bit about current events, which today will be studied under civics, but tomorrow they become history. So, we are going to look at a few of them right now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to have you, and knowing fully well that you do understand the concept of current events or civics that turn into history. I would like you to make a comment as far as the struggle to our homeland is concerned now. You have come a very long way, and you have witnessed a lot of mafia and a lot of lies, a lot of divide and rule, which La Republic and France has perpetrated on almost all the French-speaking African countries, Ambazonia, that happened to have been grafted into La Republic, which was not part of it, is having this game almost played on them also. So, what can you tell us, the people of Ambazonia, so that we can watch out and then know how to get out? Because it is when you are ignorant of what is going on, that is where you cannot get a way out. But once you know what is going on, you can always find a way out. Can you go ahead and tell us some of the tricks that you have witnessed over the years of your existence as an Ambazonian? Over.
Well, we are the Amazonians are now very much aware of the kind of games that have been going on concerning our situation. Right from the very beginning, when we supposedly joined La Republic as equal partners, they just started treating us as an appendage to their country. They didn't treat us very well from the very beginning. I remember reading a letter, a memoir, a memo written by uh, Dr. Bernard, late Dr. Bernard Fallon, to the president of Cameroon, that is Ahijo, complaining about uh, about the absence of participation of the KNDP, which was then the partner, the because the first Ahidjo government was a coalition government between the KNDP and the Union Cameroonese. I think that's how their party was called then, Union Cameroonese. But they quickly realized that they were not participating. They were not consulting them when it came to government policy. So to use another term to qualify our relationship right from then, I would say we were the colony of France's colony. And we are still that. That's how I will describe our relationship, because France didn't leave French Cameroon. They have always been around, and then we have just become the colony of French Cameroon. So we are France, the colony of France's colony. That's the relationship we have. And fortunately, we have come to realize that, and we are fighting back. We want to take back our country. We want it to be run by us, and we are getting there.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that brief history. Now, an average Ambazonia who is above 40 years should know that they were born in a fight. After they claimed that we're two countries of equal status coming together, immediately we went in there because they have been used to lying. They now changed their colors. And down the years, we have become what we are today. And in order to get out, we went in there peacefully, like we have seen many European countries leave the union without any fight. You will tell us very frankly, because you're over there, that the USSR that has dissected today into so many countries, there was no gunshot, no bloodshed. They just separated and separated and separated. Now, these people know that we came and joined them without a gunshot. But today, they are oppressing us, killed more than 40 something thousand, and they still expect us to stay with them. Of course, which this generation has said that this is the never again generation. Now, at this juncture, we know that Macron, whenever he visits African countries, when he leaves that particular country, there is a chaos. It has happened in the first, in the second, and now is the third country that he is actually going where there are a little bit of crisis. Now, I don't know, looking at his visit that started today in La République du Cameroon, do you think that the Ambazonians can have hope that he will tell La République du Cameroon to obey the 1960 January independence that they had without Ambazonians? Or you think that he will just join them in their lies? We know that their lies were propagated by France, but now that he is a young man and he is in this enlightened world and knows that the Africans, especially the Ambazonians, have come to the knowledge of exactly what they are, do you think that he will join to tell the truth that La République should let us go? Over to you.
I am not sure he's in a position to, or rather, I'm not sure he would like to say that. French foreign policy remains the same. Whoever is at the Champs Elysees. Champs Elysees is the presidential palace in France. It's called Palais d'Élysée. So whoever is the president of France behaves the same way. They have the same thought pattern concerning the countries of Africa. It was they who instigated the 1972 uh, constitutional amendment that led to us becoming one state with them. The, the the amendment that abolished the state of Southern Cameroon. It was the French who were behind it. After having discovered that there were a lot of natural resources in our part of the country, they said, well, okay, already we have the agreement with you. We have control over your resources. Now that your territory we wanted to expand to include the territory of the Southern Cameroons, so that the same agreements we signed with you will extend and include the territory of Southern Cameroon, so we will be free to exploit their resources too. So they are not going to go back on that. They are going to uh, uh, maintain. They will want to maintain that. I don't see them changing that because it will hurt what they consider their national interest. Remember, we talked about the other day. We didn't elaborate, but we talked about the importance of interest, self-interest or national interest. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are not ignorant and we are not innocent of their plans. We know their plans very well and we know the games they are playing. But in this 21st century, with the way knowledge has increased and the way people are thinking, do you think that the killing of Amazonian people and France is actually sitting there on the watch, knowing fully well that they came in for our mineral resources and for our riches? Do you think that the Macron will have a compassion for the orphans, for the widows and the widowers, and for the displaced that are living outside, to urge La République de Cameroon to go to the table with us in Swiss and then settle this problem so that we can get down and we do business as usual? You think he will have to put a mouth to do that with that compassion?
Uh, I am not sure they will want to do that because the risk there is that the talks in Switzerland might end with us leaving the separating from La République du Cameroon. So the French will not encourage that for that reason. As for our people being killed, they don't really mind that. The French, one famous French president, General de Gaulle, once said, "France doesn't have friends. France has interests." So that's that's it. They go after their interests. They don't mind who is their friend and who is not their friend. They go after France's interests. You see, it comes back to the concept of interest. Yeah. So they are there to promote and defend their interests. They don't care about who dies and who lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of Ambazonia, you can hear. He is telling us history. He is not fabricating it. And he quoted it very clearly. General de Gaulle, who was once the president of France, had said that France is not having any people called friends. France is interested in their business. France is interested in their gain. And so they can trample over blood, they can kill, provided they can get their gain. That is what they are going to go for. Now, this will tell you that we are living in a world where a group of people would decide to follow a killer. They call him Satan. They call him demons. They call him devil. And they will forget the person who created them. They call him God, who has compassion until he asks Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" And France has decided not to ask anybody about his brother or his sister, provided his gain is provided to him. And that is what we are seeing. De Gaulle, I'm sure, is no more alive, but his statement is alive and is fulfilling on the predecessors, those who are coming behind him. This is to tell us that we are living in a world of spirits. And Amazonians should know that their land was given to them by God and not by France or the international community. Now, sir, let me come back to you. At this juncture in which we are, where there are a lot of light-telling, cook-up stories, games and games and games and games and games to let the people know that everything is over. Meanwhile, we are still fighting. A few days ago, an Amazonian woman came up, and Professor Anyangwe joined him, and they said they were trying to raise money to rebuild. What do you say of this kind of allegation and this kind of outing by these people while our people are still being killed? Before you answer that question, I'm having a number of images coming in here now. From my county, yesterday, 4 Fulani people were killed in the upstation. They call that position upstation in Womb. Now, that upstation is occupied by La Republique B military. How will they kidnap? How will the Amba people kidnap 4 Fulani people, slaughter them there in the presence of the bees? And today, they have killed almost 10 people. I've received the images here. Now they are going on rampage because La Republique is playing that game to make sure that there is a fight between us and the Fulani people with whom we have been coexisting for more than 100 years. Now, you can now see now that France has injected a poison in the hearts of La Republique, that they are going for what is their gain and not for the people. Coming back to the question I wanted you to answer, can you go ahead and then tell us?
You see, in this kind of situation, you always have people telling all sorts of lies. Either they omit to say the truth, they lie, which means they lie by omission, or they go out and commit acts like this one you are describing in Womb and attribute it to somebody else. So they do that because when they do that, and that operation is called false flag. Yeah. When they go and commit a crime like the killing of those 4 guys and attribute it to our civilians, they make the Bororo people to be angry with our civilians, and they want to fight them. So that is an intentional act which they have done. They knew how the Bororo people will react to that, and so they did it, knowing that that's how it's going to happen. So we should watch out for some acts of violence against our people from the Bororo people. Yeah, it's
Yes.
a well-known tactics in
Tactics,
in
La
war.
Republic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. I already had told the people of Menchim, County, before you came in, that we have been existing with these Fulani people for more than 100 years. And we have had our little ups and downs on cattle grazer farmer disputes. But it has not resulted into what La Republique is trying to use as a weapon, knowing that there has been existing this cattle this grazer farmer problem. Now, I've already advised our people to sit down together with their leaders and then come to a conclusion, knowing fully well that that act can only be carried out by La Republique to make sure that they destabilize us, to kill ourselves. They know that they are not going to own our land. They know that they are not going to stay in our land. So they want to cause as much devastation as possible before they go. So that one, we have already sent the message to our people, and we are believing that as they begin to get the sense that this is what La Republic is doing. Now, they have removed all the other colonial administrators that they sent to us, especially in the area of the general. They have sent a Fulani man, the SDU is a Fulani man, and then they have sent so that they can cause this confusion and there will be an uproar. But we have warned our people, they should be very careful. Now, let's quickly cross over. Now, a lot of people have been speculating about Macron's visit. And you know, when he visited Chad, when he visited Mali, I know that you know a little bit what happened with those people. Now he's visiting La République du Cameroon. And especially in this midst where we have this uprising. Can you just give a forecast what you think will be the outcome after his departure? Now, I got a program of his visit, and there was no actual time for him to meet opposition parties differently. I've not seen it in the program. And then there is this speculation of installing the son of the tyrant to continue leadership in La République du Cameroon. That one doesn't really concern us, but it does concern us because some of our elites have been initiated to the point that they have now turned around and they are killing our own people as they have been trying to do over the years. What do you think we, the Federal Republic of Ambazonia and the government of Ambazonia, should do as a prevention before these things happen? Remember, knowledge is very powerful. Over to you.
Well, we just have to remain very vigilant and to report all suspected movements and things like that. And the reason we don't have to relent in our struggle, we will continue. We don't lower our guards for them to take us by surprise. We will just keep on fighting and hope for the best to happen in Yaoundé. Maybe the incidences that have occurred in Mali and Chad after the coming and going of Macron are coincidences. We cannot predict that. We cannot predict with any degree of certainty that is going to happen or is not going to happen in Cameroon. As for his coming, well, the people are saying a lot of things. We have heard that he is going to meet two leaders of the opposition, not publicly. He's going to meet them, or rather, they will go and meet him at the French embassy in Yaoundé. Yeah, he has invited them for talks. I don't know whether it's separately or together. He is neither of those two opposition party leaders are going to represent us. They are going there for themselves and for their country, La République, not for us. They don't represent our interests at all.
Right. Yeah, Mr. President for the Federal Republic of Ambazonia had said it in his outing that one person from Ambazonia, of course he is an Ambazonia, though an enabler, because a leopard cannot change its skin. He is an Ambazonian by skin, but an enabler. And the president said he was going to represent himself because he's not representing the people of Ambazonia. Yeah. All right. Now, our lines are open. You can call in to bring in your contribution or to ask a question. The line is there on board, +5511 977 934 006. The lines are open. You can call in, ask your question to our resource person. He has studied, he has read books, he has come across some of these leaders, world leaders, and knows the politic that they are carrying on. And of course, we are discovering that the politic of Amazonia is based on the creator of the heavens and the earth. And since we don't have the strength and we are not belonging, when they say belonging, it actually means that you have to be in one of the secret societies in order to be called a man. Either you are a Freemason, or you're an Illuminati, or you are an Amok member, one of those secret societies, then before they recognize you. And once you get into that, killing and drinking blood will not be a secret. Formerly, it was a secret, but today it's very open. Now, I've known and I've read of some Amok members, some Freemason members, and some Illuminati members who met with Jesus and had a change of life, and they had to put it down in writing. Formerly, it was very, very secret. Today, it's no more secret. You find the Amok lodges being built all over the place. And Satan worship was a secret. But today, it has come very open. And so there's nothing that is hidden. So because we have refused to join in this movement, some of the people are very mad. And they are finding out what is the secret of the progress of these Amazonian people. We want to let you know that our secret is that we have gone back to the Creator. And the Creator is supporting and standing with us. So our lines are open. You are free to call in. Before we get this call, I just want to ask you, sir, with your experience and with your tenacity in what you are doing and what you have watched, has lies and manipulation and maneuvering actually had a long-lasting time upon the people, or something had happened and it was revealed before? Can you tell Ambazuna something about the truth and lies?
Well, there are people who just keep on telling us lies for. It's like their profession. They are there to do things in secret, and everything, whether it requires secrecy or not, they make it look secret. So they hide a lot of things. They have things. They have expressions like state secret. So, who is this state that it should have secrets that we other people shouldn't know? And there are laws protecting those secrets. If you divulge them, they can put you in jail. But all that is just meant to preserve the blanket of secrecy, where very shady things are done under the guise of a state state secrecy. So they just do that. They cause wars. They don't tell their people, because as I said earlier on, you can commit you can tell lies by you can lie by telling a lie, but you can also lie by omission. You don't tell the truth. You hide it. Like, let me give you an example. When Funcha and his team were negotiating with Ahijo, Ahijo lied by omission, by not revealing to Funcha that they had secret agreements tying
La Republic of France.
La République de Cameroon to France. secret agreements which put together uh, amount to the surrendering of Cameroon's sovereignty to France. Because if you analyze all those agreements, that's what they amount to: the surrender or the surrendering of Cameroon's sovereignty to France. So we were going to join people who had agreed with France to give away their sovereignty, and they said we were going to join them. We were going to be independent by joining a state that wasn't independent.
Independent.
Yeah,
Now,
that was the lie. That was a big lie. That was a very, very huge lie. And a lot of the other lies depend on that. Because when you tell one lie, the Pope, I don't know which of the popes, but the Pope said, the Pope now is an institution. The Pope said, for every one lie you tell, you need 20 lies to support it. Yeah. So that's it. Once you go down the road of lies telling, it just continues. So they have just continued to tell us those lies just to maintain the secrecy so that we don't get to the bottom of things. But unfortunately for them, there are researchers around the world who are looking at the documents that have remained secret for 60 years, and they're coming out with them now. And so that is helping us to know that there is something going on.
right.
If our coming together with La Republique were a marriage where you go to the court or to some other place and sign papers, we would have had a good ground to ask for the annulment of that marriage. Yes,
Because it was
because
built on falsehood.
because we can now prove that even though La Republique was getting married to us, they were already married. They had not divorced from their previous partner.
Marriage with France.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They just put it on the ground, and we can be getting married to somebody who is still married to somebody else, but they lied
Right.
there. They didn't reveal all that to us. So if we discover it now and took the matter to court, the court will annul that marriage. Yes.
Wow. Thank you very
Unfortunately,
much. That's
it's not the same. It's not the same situation. It's not as simple as a marriage, but the analogy stands. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think the analogy is as simple and straightforward for an average Amazonian to understand, and for the people that are listening to us around the globe to understand that the war or the genocide that is perpetrated on us is nothing to, it's not to be hidden. It's when you discover that somebody has lied to you or has stolen your property and you go for the property and then the person is resisting you. That is exactly why we are here. And from that statement, I want to learn and agree with you or ask you if you agree that our resistance and our struggle to get out of La Republique completely is a right one. Can you
Of
say a
course,
yes to that? Or okay, go
of
ahead.
course, it is right. Our cause is right and just. We are not doing the wrong thing. Rather, we are doing the right thing. And luckily for us, times have changed.
Right,
Uh, all of us, all citizens, not just of Southern Cameroon or Amazonia, have become like reporters, journalists.
right,
Every mobile phone has a camera, so we can see things and report them and share it with the world. In during the pre-independence struggle of Cameroon, of La République de Cameroon, there were 25,000 French troops in Cameroon. 25,000, but
Wow.
the French got away with that because they could throw a blanket over that, and France, the people of France who were not connected with the war would not know anything about the war going on. And the French people didn't know that the 25,000 of their troops were in Cameroon killing people. The French people didn't know that. But today we are luckier. We have the means of reporting, and that makes it more difficult for France and La République du Cameroun uh,
Hide.
to hide and to get away with the crime which they are committing in our territories.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I listened to a report of one ex French military fighter who was actually in Cameroon at that time, and he was talking about the horrific slaughter and the destruction of the people of La Republic of Cameroon at that time. Yes, I did hear a documentary on that. And fortunately, today, La Republic cannot hide it because cameras
No.
are everywhere, as you rightly said. And what is going on now, they think that we're in the 1930s where they can do that kind of manipulation. But they have discovered that before they finish discussing their discussions, we already know about it. Before they finish their plans, we already know about it. The unfortunate thing is that since France was brought up under the feet of the devil, they cannot accept truth. John chapter 8, verse 44 says that these people are of their father, the devil. He was a liar from the beginning. It's not me. That's not me attributing people to be a children of the devil or to be children of the devil. It's the Bible. Now, anybody who does not talk the truth is a child of his father, the devil. And when the truth comes to the limelight, as you quoted, we don't know which pope says that, but we know that it is an institution, that one lie, you will need 20 lies to support that lie. And that is why truth is called the light, and why lies are darkness. With all the manipulation that France is doing, some of its people, like you rightly quoted, General de Gaulle, he said that they don't have friends, they have but interest of their business. And La République du Cameroon, copying from those liars who are children of the devil, have proven themselves that they are children of the devil living in Africa near Ambazonia. Because if you even go to La République, you discover that 3/4 of the pastors and the preachers that are in their different parishes there are from the Ambazonian origin. They may have metamorphosed to become the people of Bekusi or the weather, whatever, but they are from Ambazonian origin. And recently, sir, I listened to a report in Equinox. I was told that the person who was talking is a professor recounting the Ambazonian history and telling the whole world in the oppressive French language that we have a right to go back to our origin, because he started naming things that we already know, and the plan that France had to make us cripples so that we can be begging. But because of the intellectual bill that God put in us, because we refuse to be lazy, it's not that God gives intellect to other people and then doesn't give to other people. No. When you are lazy to make research, to find out who you are and what you are supposed to be, you become beggarly. and you want to feed on the blood of other people. And that is exactly what La Republique has been doing over the years since they crossed over to Amazonia. Now, from what you have been hearing as current events, since you grew up in Amazonia in La Republique, have you ever seen, and after the advent of discovering petroleum products in Amazonia, have you ever seen La Republique go helter skelter as it happened a few days ago when people were carrying drums and tankers and some people removed their motorcycle tanks and carry on their head, struggling in a petrol station to get fuel? Have you ever seen that happen since you grew up back at home and now?
I have never seen that happen anywhere in the world. And to be honest, we have to give credit to our people. It's our people who are putting them now in a tight corner
Right.
by crippling their economy.
Economy.
I think things will get worse before it will get better. If they don't have petrol, they now have two refineries, and they cannot have enough petrol to run their cars. Then it's better for us because troops will not be able to travel from Yaoundé to Bamenda because there will be no gas for them to fill their tanks. That will be fine for us. Uh, but I should say go back and say something that happened in history and which is still affecting us. I I guess you are aware of the Chad Cameroon pipeline. The Chad Cameroon pipeline was originally designed to go from Chad to the Limbe deep sea port.
Wow.
That's how it was designed by the Americans because it was Chevron and
Okay. Exxon,
Exxon
yeah.
Mobil.
Sure. Exxon.
Yeah, yeah.
Exxon Mobil, yeah.
They were the ones behind the project. So that the pipeline would have not gone to Kribi as it finally went, but it was thanks to the French and through the Elf Oil
Mm-hmm.
Company
Mm-hmm.
that uh, Elf managed to get into the consortium that was building that pipeline, and their primary goal was to divert that pipeline from Limbe. Yes, the argument was that we are in the process. Cameroon is in the process uh, of uh, of dismantling the economy of Southern Cameroons. Why should
Mm-hmm.
we be taking the pipe? Why should the pipeline be going there? Whereas we are in the process of dismantling their economy, as they have done in many other sectors, including the Victoria Port. So
Mm.
they talked to the Chevron and the Exxon Mobil, and the pipeline design was altered, and the thing went to Kribi. So the now is a Kribi. So that's it. Elf, that is France's main oil company at the time. It was owned by the government. It was created by General de Gaulle. Came into the consortium and influenced the change that took away that facility from Limbe and took it to Kribi. So that's one of the ways they have acted to keep us where we have been for a very long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think an average Amazonian, especially in this age and time of enlightenment, should get up and fight for his rights. You cannot be having food in your house And every now and then you want to eat, the food is put under the table. And not even food, but crumbs. And we all have seen the crumbs. One of them from La Republic of Cameroon came up to analyze it. Since we say we came together as two equal states, the position of the prime minister is the seventh from the hierarchy. Is the seventh, just because it is somebody from the Amba land that is occupying that position. So they make sure that they relegate them right to the background. And he mentioned some other lucrative and fruitful positions that nobody from Ambazonia has ever had. But then,
Yeah, there are a few government ministries that have never been headed by a Southern Cameroonian. They include the Ministry of Armed Forces, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Territorial Administration until
yeah,
Tanganji came up, and some other ministries. So they call those ones the ministries of sovereignty. That's how they call yeah, that's how they call those ones. So those ministries appear to be the most important ones to them. So they keep them to themselves. They don't allow our Southern Cameroonians to venture into that territory.
yeah, they know that Atanganji is their stooge, and he has a
Of
lot of
course it
skeletons
is.
in his cupboard. So they cannot
Yes.
give that to a well-meaning Ambazonian. And so they deceived the people. Meanwhile, he is under siege. He can't say things there on his own. He will be thrown out immediately, knowing
Of
that
course.
he is
So,
also a culprit and
yeah.
living under guilt.
Mhm,
He can't go
mhm.
above his shoulders. La
Well,
Republique is go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Now, I was just saying that La Republic thinks that they are very wise, and but meanwhile, they are just being clever. And then they know that wise people are out there from Ambazonia, and they are studying everything that they are doing. And one of their own, who is a historian, came out to sing it out, shout it out very clear. Because some of us have been shouting, and they think that we are shouting because we are Southern Cameroonians, and they hid the history from us. So that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I have been thinking that a guy like Taganji could be a choice for prime minister if tomorrow they decide to replace the present prime minister, because Taganji fits the bill. He's just doing what they want him to do. So for why not make him a prime minister for him to continue doing those things? Yeah. So I am not making a prediction, but I'm saying that logically they would like him to be the prime minister.
All right. Look at institutions which have been destroyed in the in Ambazonia. Look at a people that do not have pity on. I mean, people that did not cause their problems, like the blind people. I don't know whether you recently saw the outing and the blocking of the roads in mile 17 by the blind people. I don't know whether you saw that. Protesting for their living conditions. They don't see, they are impaired in one way. Those are people that the world has compassion on them, that they have been deprived of one of their senses, not by man, but it's nature. We don't know how it came about. But a human being that is really, really full will still go to handled them in a very, very deplorable way. You think that these people have real human hearts?
Well, that reminds me of another recent incident concerning blind people, and this time it was in Yaoundé. I learned that some 50 or so blind people who have their association, because they too want to protect and promote their interests. So, as members of the blind, they went to seek audience to talk to the prime minister. The prime minister in Yaoundé. They were not even Southern Cameroonians. They were Cameroonian blind people who wanted to go and see their
Blind
prime
public.
minister
Yeah.
and to complain to him that they have been neglected and all that. Okay, the Geo Central of Yaoundé got wind of that, caught wind of that, and here they were rounded up and rough handled, just as we are describing
Wonderful.
the case at mile 17. That is not a thing to do to blind people who don't have any means of defending themselves except their walking sticks, and they don't use that to attack anybody. They were not going there to attack the prime minister. And I hear the DA was angry that they had gone to see the prime minister without passing through him. Why should what has he done to help them in the past that they must come to him? Oh yeah. So that's
Well,
it.
you see, we are living in a world that I've been telling people that they just see it physically, but they don't know that it's deeper than the physical sight that they are seeing. Because an average human being will have compassion on any person that is impaired, whether in the
Yeah.
ears or the eyes or the hands, any part of the body that is not is taken out by whatever means. The
Yeah.
average human being, yes, we need to have compassion. But when you find
Yeah.
people like those criminals who cannot control themselves and they go to sit to administer over people, it's a big mistake. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. I think we're coming to the end of our program,
Yeah.
and
The law the law protects people who are experiencing disabilities in many countries around the world. Cameroon seems to one of those exceptions where they just maltreat them just for being blind people or something else. I haven't seen that elsewhere. In the United States, if you did that to a person with disabilities, you will be jailed. Uh, yeah,
yeah,
whether you are DO or whatever, you don't do that to people who cannot defend themselves. Yeah, it's a shame.
yeah, we know
Yeah.
that most people in La Republic who occupy those positions of DO and whatever, they're supposed to be civil administrators to administer people, but most of them didn't go to school because of the bribery and corruption. They do not know any relationship that they should have with the civil society. And then because they can give their way, give bribes through and then find their way, they raise them to that position and they are unable to act. Just like ignorance is a terrible thing, you know. So we see that La Republic is crumbling and will crumble if they don't let the Ambazonian people go. I tell them, because we don't hide it here, we tell them that the people of Ambazonia are people of God. And anybody who mishandles and malhandles the people of God, You are mishandling and malhandling God. And you cannot point a finger into the apple of God's eye and he will not close it. Once he closes it, you are in trouble. Now, we are told that 68% of the GPD of Cameroon is coming from the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. But when they decided to put Ambazonians on their knees where they are feeding, I think the president, Dr. Sako, came up with a very good scheme. Economic sabotage will put them on their knees. And that is what is going on. So we want to let La Republique know, that we are going to be a good neighborhood to them, and they can still benefit from us because we have a forgiving heart. They should just cross over to Swiss. Let's settle this matter, because their weapons from France and other countries and their borrowing will not survive them for life. We believe that God owns the world and he has a time for everybody. Paul Biya is demential, and he is not even able, he's senile, he is not able to talk. And then they are still patching him and putting him as a shield, that he's no more talking. And the people that have surrounded him that are making all the noise. And the land is going deeper and deeper and deeper into waters. If they don't quickly release Ambazonia, the whole boat will sink. Recently, I saw the kind of flood that was in Douala on a high place. And I'm just beginning to wonder what is going on there, because everything has been left bare. Those who sit down there say they are mayor. They are mayors for their pockets. Those who sit down, they say they are councillors. They are councillors for their pockets. You go out there, somebody has 5,000, he can build even on top of the gutter hole. And then when the flood comes, they are sitting up there. And the rest of the people, they go suffering. So Ambazonians, we want to say that we are building a nation that will go by our constitution and go by our laws, and nobody will be above the law. Whether you call yourself whatever name, from president to the list of farmers on the streets, you will be subject under the law. And that is what our country was in the days of Endele and then Foncha. And then when Gumjua took over, Muna was brought over to sell us out wholesale to La Republique. And it happened. But today, we have discovered that somebody stole us, our property, and we have gone for it. And we are not going to step back. Let them frame all their lies and do all the killings they can kill. They kill this one, kill that one, carry the body of somebody or the person and paraded on the street, thinking they are going to dissuade Ambazonians. It's a lie. This is a generation of no return. So, Mr. Sir, I will give you the microphone to say your last word to the people of Ambazonia, and we'll call it quit for today.
Well, I will thank the people of our audience who are listening to us, and I would say God should bless and preserve them until we meet again in the next episode. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming into the studios of the ABC. We look forward to receiving you with more updates in the days ahead. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, the draft season has started, and the draft season is going on. We want to inform you that Manu just ended. By the time I'm coming up, I will come up with the next county that is coming up to draft. And we know that La Republic is on their knees. But Ambazonia has stood the test of the time, and we are going on. And we don't want anybody to miss out. That's why we are calling on you to make sure that you be a part of this history making in the positive. Don't look at, the people who are out there planning with La Republic to destroy Ambazonia. They have failed because they are trying to destroy a rock that is more than them. This is the same rock that produced water in the desert for the children of Israel. This is the same rock that is standing for the people of Ambazonia. I want to thank our president for bringing in this rock and putting it in line with the people of Ambazonia. I want to thank the people of Ambazonia for accepting this rock. And those of them who are still skeptics, we say there is still a door open, not a window, it's a door that is open. If you have been deceived and you are becoming an enabler, thinking that everything is ended, you are deceived. Remember, the Ambazonian spiritual team is using the 3 days of lockdown in Ambazonia for prayer and fasting. So if you can join us, we will be praying at 10 p.m. Amba time. You are free to join us. It doesn't matter where you are. You can join us in that prayers. And when you are coming in, just know that the prayer group is a two-edged sword. If you are not ready, it can cut you. So when you are coming, make sure you are prepared. Today, 10 p.m. Amba time, will be live. Not on ABC though, but we'll be praying with a number of Ambazonian people. You can join us at your home and we'll pray together. God will hear us as he has heard us in the time past. I won't tell you, but let me just give you a tidbit. You remember when the Grand Master came? He first came openly and the demons told him that he was not finished. He secretly came. We are informed. He took some soil in Bamenda, took some soil in Boya, and before he left the airport, he cried his last cry because the arrow of God had touched him. And when he went back to his village, we only heard of his death. And we are told he was 76 years old, much more younger than Paul Biya, who deceived him. Don't be deceived. You cannot mock God. All the demons that you are following, or they are deceiving you to follow, you have a terrible end. I want to inform all the secret society members who think that they are going to drink the blood of our people. That blood has been poisoned. Just know that we are living in an age where God does not joke. These are the last days. And we want to let you know that Abba Father remembers us. Thank you very much till we meet again on this very platform and on this very topic, our Amba history. It has been your pastor friend. God bless you. Reverend Sama, please come in and close us off.
You know my name. Every time I look around, now you are the Every time I turn around, now you are the pillow. Abba Father, you know my name. Papa, you know me. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yeah, yeah. Jesus, your love, now oh. My master, your kindness, now wonder oh. Every time I look around, now you are the sea. Every time I turn around, now you are the field. Jesus, you said I be a picking, no. Jesus, you said your love will cover me. Every time I look around, now you are the sea. Every time I look around, now you are the pillow. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Yeah. Papa, you know my name, oh. Hey. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yeah, yeah. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Papa, you know my name, oh. Yelele, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele. Oh, oh. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name.
Before you go to bed tonight, drink a glass of this and surprise your doctor on your next eye exam. I was skeptical it'd work, but then I saw the shocking proof for myself. A Nobel Prize-winning discovery from Dr. Greg Semenza has helped open up a new way to help improve declining eyesight. The study shows that your vision will continue deteriorating with each passing year, no matter what you do. That's because our bodies produce fewer antioxidants as we age, and without them, more waste will accumulate inside.